We're back and we're talking with the co-founder of Let Grace In. She is Gabby Gouveia. And Gabby, in case someone is just tuning in, let's do a brief recap of the purpose of Let Grace In.
Yeah, Let Grace In supports families after the death of a child.
Okay, let's talk about those programs one at a time. And, I do want to say this, that we mentioned earlier that grief affects all of us in some way. In many ways, we all react to grief differently. And I know that there are times where some people might feel, I don't want to get out of bed. The pain is just too much. You felt that, and you did get out of bed. Not only did you and your husband co-founded this wonderful nonprofit, but the program, your Hope program, tell us more about that.
Yeah, so definitely acknowledging that it's difficult to get out of bed, for sure. And we have two other daughters, Olivia and Charlotte. And so considering the entire family,
Yes.
we really wanted to support the whole family with programs. So we have monthly events where community can come together and try on a grief facilitated activity. And we have hope retreats. So those are extended period of time where families can come together in community and again, try on holistic programming based in research, culture, and our own experience, surrounded by the compassionate hearts of other families traveling a similar journey.
Gabby, I would think that someone who is going through grief, and especially children, who do they turn to? Who can they go to for help? I know there's a lot of providers out there as well, but it also sounds like what your program does is they're in a safe place because they're with other people who are going through the same thing.
Yeah, there's something so unique about being with other families who've lost children. We start off as strangers, but having this similar experience and knowing the depth of that pain automatically allows us to be more open and more vulnerable and more compassionate to companion one another, because the outside world doesn't really do a good job at holding safe emotional spaces for you really to share the depth of that pain.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about the outside world doesn't allow you to do that. I have a friend of mine who lost someone, and she said, I was explaining that I lost someone close to me, and the other person said to me, you know what, you're really a downer. I don't want to hear this. So when you're talking about the outside world, sometimes people can say really insensitive things, but the nice thing is in your particular program, they can make friends. They can work through their grief in a comfortable way.
Definitely, because you're not the only one who's had this experience. Everyone shares in their own unique way. And everyone is in a different place in their journey. So each person gets to decide how they move forward and in what way that they're going to do the grief work. And we're all working in this journey alongside one another. And grief needs to be witnessed. And this is a really important part about our sharing our stories and actually feeling like people are hearing you and listening with a depth and time that, is unusual outside of Let Grace In.
Gabby, with any program, everyone needs funding. How do you get your funding?
Yeah, so that is really a difficult part, I think, for every nonprofit. We have an annual fundraiser. And through multiple grants that we apply for in the community, but in-kind donations, partnerships with people, businesses, organizations that have a heart for our mission.
Gabby, is there anything else that you'd like us to know about that we haven't already talked about?
We haven't touched on our expansion to the neighbor island. So in 2023, we were able to bring our Hope Retreat mobile to Molokai and last year to Maui. And this year we plan to go to the Big Island. So also if there are neighbor island ohana who have lost a child and they find themselves with limited resources, especially outside of Oahu, please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to connect.
And also, in order to learn more about your programs and more about Let Grace In, where they can go to your website as well.
Yes, our website is www.letgracein.org. And on the homepage, there's a button to sign up as a grieving family. We would love to offer a grief care package and to connect.
And Gabby, as you know, the name of our show is Inspire You and Me. Gabby, what inspires you?
So many things inspire me. First of all, my family, my husband and 2 daughters inspire me to continue to move on. All the healing and restoration that I've done has been for them. Heaven also inspires me, the way that we are partnered and the unexpected provision and connections, volunteers, people who come to support Let Grace In has really just been nothing short of a miracle. So incredibly grateful.
Gabby, thank you so much for being a guest on Inspire You and Me. I always love seeing you, and I admire you so much, and you do bring that hope and love, and I feel it so much every time I'm around you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.